Did we lose anything in the Atlas? Nope. Just a lot of damage. Thankfully, we are close to an industrial zone, so we're just going to pop over there and get those repairs, because we know those is going to take a long time anyway. Alright, so what's the next game plan? Probably just head over and do the campaign mission. It is a demolition contract, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Okay, so we can go there or there. I'm going to go ahead and go over here first. We might be go fishing for a mech. A little bit. I don't have a ton of money to buy one, but we'll see. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look at the market. Ooh, a Highlander, okay. Can I work with this variant? Pretty sure this is not the standard variant. Because the AC-20. Oh, there's also a King Crab. So I feel like these are lucky draws. Also, the King Crab is relatively affordable. We have to pick which one we want to buy because I can't afford both. Not unless I sell a lot of things, which I don't know if I can do. Before we do anything else, though, let's take a look at equipment. See if there's anything absolutely stellar that we would want to pick up. So far, nothing. Any double heat sinks? That's a negative. I have yet to find double heat sinks in a store. Although it's possible I did overlook some earlier on in the campaign. Alright, so we definitely have to sell something to be able to fit one of those mechs into the rotation. The question is, which one do I pick up? Looking at the two, a lot of it comes down to... I didn't expect to find a Highlander or a King Crab, so I didn't really plan for them. The question is, what could we do with them? I have a feel... I feel like I'd have to do something with the King Crab, probably get rid of the AC-20s. I'm not too sure. Because I'm concerned about the endurance of using the AC-20s and stuff. Then again, maybe a good call to just keep it as is. So it's between that and the Highlander. Now again, I don't know this variant, so I don't know if this variant has jump jets in it. Yes, it does. So we could strip out the jump jets. That would give us some tonnage to work with. We could change the AC-20 into something else. Now, the standard variant of the Highlander here, I don't know what it normally is armed with. I think an AC-10. This is one of those things where I'd have to look it up. But I feel like this mech probably sacrificed a lot to put this AC-20 in. Maybe it was armor or something not of consequence. But 2 medium lasers, an SRM-6, an LRM-20, and an AC-20. That's not bad firepower. I feel like we just have to... The other problem that we have is we already have a 100-ton mech, and I don't know how much drop rate we're going to have, right? So, going to King Crab might make it actually more difficult for us to deploy said mech. Whereas the Highlander is 90 tons, which is a little easier to deploy. So that's another reason why I'm kind of leaning towards that. I'm just not sure what we'd be able to do with it. Maybe I strip the Gauss rifle out of my mech, the Atlas, and I put it in the Highlander instead. We strip out the jump jets. We put in the Gauss rifle. There's a possibility we lose it because it is in the arm, so that is a concern. And then I don't know where we go from there. Alternatively, we pick up the King Crab, and we just kind of use it as is, maybe some slight changes here and there. That's a tough one. Alright, so the question is, what do we get rid of? I'm very hesitant to get rid of the King Crab. I'm sorry, the King Crab. The Kintaro. because this is a Lost Tech variant. And I'm not sure, I would get some double heat sinks back from it, but I don't think I would get as many. But the question is, are we using the Katara anymore? And the answer is no, we're not. So, also we're not using the Quick Draw. The Quick Draw is an easy one, I think, to get rid of. Is because if I had a choice between the 260-ton mechs, I'd probably use the Rifleman, honestly. So, with that being said, I think the Quick Draw is the choice here. So I'm going to go ahead and go with that. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Trek here. And strip out all of its systems. Let's go... get rid of that Quick Draw. And we'll get rid of these two, giving me a little bit more money to work with. Okay. And finally the Spider. Okay, so we're doing really well. We have 13 million. I probably have more equipment to sell in my own inventory as well. Like, for example, these. I got 4 of them. Energy weapons. Get rid of the quality 1 PPC. Or 0, I mean. We could also get rid of the standard medium lasers because I have a lot of higher quality ones, so I'll get rid of those. Missiles, we got an LRM-10 at quality 0. Okay. All good. Okay, so now that we have that all kind of figured out, now we have to decide on what we want to buy, and I'm still torn on this one. Oh, this air variant of the Orion. Oh, that's my own mech. Jesus. Like, that's a strange variant. I'm leaning towards the Highlander because I think it's easier to deploy. Because it's 10 tons lighter. Gives us more options. We don't have any 90-ton mechs yet. As much as I'm going to one-up the King Crab at some point, though. So, it's a tough call. Because I feel like if we don't buy the King Crab, we'll regret it later. Well, I'm going to go with my gut on this one and buy the Highlander. I'm just not sure how effective I'm going to be able to make it with what equipment I have. I'm not a big fan of LRMs. But I might keep it in this case, because it's only a singular weapon system. I mean, I'm really going to have to look at things. The Highlander also requires less repairs, which is another thing that I think recommends it to me. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase it. And then let's start on the repair process and the equipment setup. So starting off with the Atlas, I'm still not sure if I want to keep that rifle because it gives us some things. I don't know. It's just that reload rate kind of throws me off. The question is, what would I do if I did something else? Let's hit repair all for the sake of argument. So the rifle is heavier. I really have no room for extra armor. I do have 2 medium pulse lasers that I could put in here. I kind of don't like doing that though, because I think it would throw off like the medium laser setup that I kind of have going. If I had 4 medium pulse lasers, I'd probably do it without a shadow of a doubt. I think we just keep this as is for now. I don't have a stronger game plan right now, but probably down the road, if we ever get more medium pulse lasers or something, I would downgrade it to some other autocannon type. But for right now, I think we're good to go. Alright, well that does limit our options for the Highlander then. Alright, let's just go ahead and say repair all, or remove these things. Okay. You know, in some ways, we'll probably save a lot more money and time just doing this. Because we're going to strip everything out anyway. Why not? Okay. Barrel. Alright. So as far as armor goes, it's already pretty much maxed out. There's not really anything I can do to make this mech much better, other than maybe switch some of its armor around a little bit, but that's not going to be upgrading it. That's just going to be like almost personal preference. So, as a matter of fact, I'm going to dip this down a little bit and increase the torso strength here. Okay. So let's start off with the missile systems. So we have an SRM-6 over in the arm. I don't have a lot of high-quality SRM-6s. And as much as we do have 7 of these quality 3 ones, I'm actually tempted to use a quality 2 instead, because the arm getting clipped off might happen fairly frequently. But I guess I don't use that many SRM-6s, so... Ooh, no, that's supposed to go there. So we'll just go with that for now. Now, natively there's an LRM-20. We do have a high-quality LRM-20. Not likely going to probably use it any other time, so I'll go ahead and go with that as well. As far as the energy weapons go, I'll go with the quality 3s. That's fine. And then... the jump jets I'm not going to install. So what would we do with extra tonnage if I used it? That's the question. I almost want to put a low quality rifle in this thing. Although its fire rate would be even worse. Alright. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a quality 3 AC2. 20, I mean. So we pretty much are keeping this default. It has alright firepower from long range with the LRM-20, so I guess I'm not too worried about it. And its close range brawling should be fairly amazing, actually, at this damage output. So, that's pretty good. Let's get our ammunition now. I do have 3 different ammo types, which I'm usually not a big fan of, but I guess that is what it is. So we need at least 1 ton of SRM ammo. That's probably sufficient. I might even put that over on that leg. LRM ammo, we need at least 2 tons, maybe even more. I'm even opt for 3 tons. Again, what are we going to use this tonnage for? We still have 10 tons to play with. But granted, we do want heat sinks at some point. Now for the AC-20 ammo, I don't have too many slots in the legs here, so I'm just going to go ahead. We get 20 rounds. I'd like to have maybe 4 tons worth of ammo. And then the rest is just going to be heat sinks, I think. Like that. I'm not sure if it's heat efficient enough. Because an AC-20 does generate a fair amount of heat. 5.4. Yeah. LRM-20. Yeah. So this thing's definitely going to generate heat. Maybe it's a little overkill with the AC-20. Do I think 60 rounds would suffice? I think in the hands of the AI, probably. So I'm going to go with 1 more heatsink. Alright, I think that will do it. I'm fairly happy with this loadout, I think. And the damage output should be fairly amazing, and the armor is really good. So, yeah, I'll take it. Alright. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, we definitely don't have enough money to also buy the King Crab, which is a little bit disappointing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pilots.
I want to get paid for it.
Strickland's a pretty good pilot. Pretty bad in the weapon skill, though. A lot of his skills are here. He could potentially be decent at energy weapons, but he's pretty bad at everything else. And I think when it comes down to it, once we get to like the end game here, it's going to be hard to find a mech that doesn't have at least 2 weapon systems. You only have a few rare cases anymore where we have an entirely energy weapon loadout, like for example the Black Knight or the Awesome. So, as good as Strickland potentially is, that being said though, we should probably pick him up anyway. And then maybe fire one of my lesser pilots. Like perhaps Thorn here. Or Nox. Yeah, I'll get rid of Thorn here.
I've seen it all.
Now, does Strickland look like a pilot we already have? Maybe looking like Nox?
I've seen it all.
No. Okay, I don't think we have a pilot that looks like that. Alright. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of Thorn. Bye! Actually, which one makes more? In theory, Nox makes a little bit more than Thorn does. That's fine, we'll just dismiss Thorn. Okay.
I've seen it all.
And we'll hire Strickland here. Even though I don't know if we're ever going to get him much experience to make him better.
My combat skills are meant to impress, sir.
Okay. Let's take a look at the star map. So that was a good pickup and find. So now we need to find contracts. I think I'm going to jump up to Trent here. We have, what was it, 44 days before the Highlander's back, but that's okay. We get most of the rest of our mechs back in time, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's just go straight to Trent. This is a difficulty 11 area. And then we'll just head over to Eaton here and get that over with, I think. So, yeah, let's travel. We might pop back into that industrial zone, too, depending on how this contract goes. But I suspect it will go fairly well. Especially as it's a defense contract. Alright, so we do have a more solid Lance loadout here. Okay. We have pending transmissions. Was there a contract here? A high reward one? Ah, all the way over there. I'm okay with taking a look at it. So we have Rebellion and Independence. Well, it depends on whether these are defense or not contracts. Alright, so this is how Steiner hiring us. A portion of the Isle of Skye's population has grown distant from the Lyran Commonwealth government. As its hands-off approach has left these constituents espousing little national identity or pride. This has been exacerbated by the continued loss of Sky worlds to other great houses throughout the Third Succession War. Despite calls from Tharkad to Aldo, Duke of Summer and leader of the Federation of Sky, to calm the situation, the man only seems to be agitating the waters. The once civil debate has boiled over into violence as a push for independence has arisen, and both sides are enforcing their will by attacking critical strategic targets. Rumors persist that personnel from various Sky Rangers regiments are disguising themselves or are on vacation and are actively supporting the so-called free sky movement. Your services are requested to help the Archon put a stop to the Isle of Sky's secession movement. Okay, so a Griffin 1N is our reward, which we would just sell. And a high quality PPC. Okay. Let's see what the counteroffer is. Well, let's see an even worse counteroffer. Alright, we represent the Free Sky Movement, the true voice of the Isle. Our people within the Lyran Commonwealth's Isle of Sky region have grown restive and dissatisfied under the Archon's rule. Although Sky has always maintained a pilot light of secessionist thought throughout the centuries, the loss of our worlds to the Draconis Combine and Free Worlds League during the Third Succession War has fanned the flame into an active rebellion against the Archon. Civil discourse has fallen by the wayside, and our region is a lit match away from detonating the proverbial powder keg and turning the Isle's dissension into armed revolt. The Archon tasked Aldo and Ryan Steiner with defusing the situation, but they both support the Free Sky Movement and thus will do nothing to hinder our cause. In support of our movement, large segments of personnel from the Sky Rangers Brigade have either taken leave or are currently AWOL and are now training alongside the civilian volunteers of our movement. We who seek for the Isle of Sky to secede from the Lyran Commonwealth ask for your services to support the Sky Rangers who support an independent Isle of Sky. Doesn't really tell me one way or the other which one's going to be a defense contract. Let me take a look at something real quick. And that is our reputation with House Steiner. It's actually fairly good, all things considered. So I might opt for going against the Free Sky Movement. Which course is the most honorable? I don't really know. And I'm not sure I care. But I'm just going to have to make a gut call on this one, I think. We probably, I mean, I don't even know if we're going to do this contract necessarily, especially as the rewards are not really all that great. But this is a better reward as well, so I'll go ahead and accept the contract. And then we'll just see what it is. Star map. Well, it's a defense and a raid. Well, that's a little bit easier to swallow because at least one of them is a mission type that I like to do. But again, I'm not sure I'm going to go out of my way to go do it because we are so close to the campaign mission. I might just opt for going for that first. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the contracts or the market. Let's do the market first. Okay, nothing really all that interesting there or there. Okay, contracts it is. Okay, so 79 difficulty. That's getting up there. Drop rate of 360, so that is also increased. That means that we're more than likely be able to use, well, not this time because the Highlander's not ready, but a mech like that in the future. Okay, well, let's put our points in before I forget. Let's go a decent amount of damage coverage. I'm even going to go to 5 points here because I suspect we're going to take a lot of damage. And then we'll put 5 into salvage shares. That'll be that. Let's go ahead and accept this contract. Okay, so we have some room to increase our Lance loadout. Granted, the only thing I could really do would be to get the Awesome in here, which would only increase us by 5 tons, so I'm not sure I really care. If the Highlander was available, we'd be able to increase our weight by 15 tons. So we'd be fairly close to our Lance limit, but yeah, that's fine for now. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and use Sergeant here in the Awesome, because his energy weapon skill is kind of lacking. I would like to get that up. The other one I want to use... Well, Shen is a potential 42, whereas Strickland we just got is a potential 43. I'll go ahead and use him in the Orion. He's got good damage resistance, so that's nice, and this will give an opportunity to level up some of the other things that he has. So I'll use Strickland here. And I'm gonna use Captain Shen here over who is it? Captain K in there? Because Captain Shen's about to level up his missile skill, so let's get that in there. So this gives us an opportunity to level up some of our pilots potentially. Okay, I like it. Let's ready up. Hey, at the very least, it gives us some more practice with that rifle, the Gauss rifle.
We have been contracted to relieve Allied forces at Nav Point Alpha. Move in and establish a perimeter around the checkpoints.
For me, I think I would rather have like an AC-10 or something, because it's fairly long range as well, and it has a much higher rate of fire. So I'm actually not sure which one would, in theory, do the more damage. Alright.
Okay, IFF signals confirmed. You must be the mercenaries we hired. You don't look like much, don't mind my saying, but hey, as long as you can fight, that's all I care about.
Alright, we'll stay out of the city for now.
You've
So
reached the targets, Commander.
well, we see the enemy, and unfortunately they are on the far side of the map.
Collision course with our position. Get ready for them.
We do have some targets over here.
Target eliminated.
Okay, that was an alright hit, I think. Fortunately, the base is in between me and the bad guy. That was a miss.
New target acquired.
See, lack of accuracy right now is not great when he's in a base like that. Alright, let's just focus on this guy.
Gas tank just blew. Don't let them get any other
Whoops.
ones.
Target destroyed.
Ah.
Hostiles inbound. Brace for contact, Commander.
Alright, another helicopter off in the distance.
Target acquired.
Okay, I see it.
Target destroyed.
Alright. See, that's a situation where the rifle really pays off, because that's an easy target for me to land, and it just one-shots it.
Fresh target.
Target acquired.
Where's the enemy mech? Ah, there it is. Okay, guys, can we not walk through the buildings too much? Quick draw. Okay. Alright, I'm trying to be a little patient with my shots here. Although that guy's dead.
Target acquired.
Scopes are lighting up with additional bogies, Commander. ETA unknown.
Don't have a shot on that guy. Oh, okay, I see where the dropship was. Alright, what do we got? Quick draw, locust,
Enemy
and I assume another
destroyed.
cicada. Alright. I know there's vehicles off to my left, but I'll just let that go for now.
Target acquired.
Ah, again hitting the hill.
Damage to the facilities is minor at the moment, Commander. But we cannot allow...
I just hit
damage to
hills all the
cascade.
time.
Do what you can to draw the enemies away from here.
Target destroyed.
I think part of it is because of how high I am up, and then like the
Target acquired.
rifle's low down in my torso, so it's kind of hard sometimes.
New target acquired.
If you have any kind of elevation, that is.
Tango eliminated.
I don't have a clean shot here. Watch out, Stalker. There we go. Oh, that whiffed that.
More enemies inbound.
Damn it.
They really are gunning for you, Commander. Watch out.
Oh, right on top of us. Stalker, that's not really a good place to be sitting right now.
Acquired.
Tango eliminated.
Target destroyed.
Okay, he's dead.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
There we go.
Target is down.
10 more to go. Saw a vehicle go around that wall, but we're kind of slow, so it takes us some time. Stalker's taking some damage. What was that? Can you calm down over there? I'm gonna walk around the rock, which will take a little bit of time.
Looks like you've got their attention. I'm showing multiple
Alright.
hostiles incoming on your position.
Yeah, dropship's fairly close.
Target acquired.
Alright, assassin, I missed what that other thing was, and then we have something a little heavier as well. Just move through here.
Target acquired.
That kills reactor is about to go.
Acquired. Incoming missile.
Okay.
Target destroyed.
He's dead. Alright, 6 more to go.
Target acquired.
Ah, god damn it.
The target.
I was just telling him to attack it as we lost vision. We may not get our bonus here.
Target destroyed.
Okay, now what?
Additional hostiles have been dispatched. They're heading your way.
Where?
That's coming out of your pay. You can count on that.
I heard the dropship come down, but I didn't see it. Ah, there we are.
Target acquired.
Alright, so we got ourselves a Victor. Unfortunately, with an autocannon 20.
Incoming missile. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Target down. And
Alright, this is the
going
real
critical.
target.
The facility is suffering heavy damage, Commander. Get in there and engage as many targets as you can.
Damn it, the stalker walked up in front of me just as I was about to line up that rifle shot.
Target
Okay, he's dead.
destroyed.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Okay. We have one more target somewhere. There it
Target
is.
acquired.
More or less flatten that base. Alright, come on, come on. It's gonna be a hard shot for me to land.
Tango down!
Well done, Commander. The area is secure.
Well, we got our bonus after all. I thought we wouldn't. All right. Take the high quality medium lasers. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and take all those, because why not? Anything else worth taking here? Oh. Oh, we're already maxed out. Okay. So 2 quality 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 quality 3s. I'll take it. Okay, so I did 1300 damage, 600, 569, very low damage output from the Awesome, and also not very much damage taken. Stalker took a lot of damage. Hopefully, it didn't lose any weapon systems. I don't suspect so, though, based off of the amount of damage, the money amount it took. But we can check that. That's fine. All right, let's take a look at the star map real quick. In this case, if we are trying to get over to Eaton, I should probably dip over. As much as I don't want to do it, I should probably dip over and get some repairs, as we did take decent amount of damage. Also give us an opportunity, I guess, to take a look at potentially a rare mech or some other good mech. But then we'll go to Eaton. I think that's going to be our priority here at this point. Alright, let's go ahead and travel. Highlanders ready. Really, at this point, we're more interested in getting ourselves better weapons. Alright, but let's take a look at the market. Okay, rare archer, another Atlas. This is kind of a different variant, though. Okay. I mean, this Atlas is fairly cheap, all things considered. I don't think I have a lot of mechs to sell, though. No, I have no mechs to sell. Alright, well, let's take a look at the rest of the market, then. We're not going to buy that Atlas. Hey, no. High quality SRM4. I'll go ahead and buy a couple of those. Still no double heat sinks. No, I'm just doing single player, but thanks for the offer, Tiger. Alright, let's just go ahead and get these repairs done. Most of these aren't going to take too long, although this 15 days isn't too bad, I guess. Alright, so the good thing is the Highlander is ready to go. I don't know how effective it's going to be. I'm not sure I'm as big of a fan of this particular variant, but hey, it should be alright. Let's go ahead and get some paint on it, though. Alright, what paint scheme do we want to go with? Yeah, not a big fan of Applejack. Buccaneer. I use Buccaneer a lot. It's honestly one of the better paint schemes because it's got a lot going on and it looks pretty cool. What does that say? D cap? Okay then. Cobra. Doesn't look all that great on this mech. Crusader. Nah. Digital. Yeah, that looks really kind of weak. Fractal. Hot Rod. Mountain line. Looks okay with the skeleton look, but I don't think so. Polygon. Raider. Razzle dazzle. You know, this potentially is a good mech for Sherman. Although, honestly, it doesn't look all that exciting. I think I'm going to go with it, though. Because you got that kind of working out perfectly. Yeah, sure. Alright. Let's get our other colors. Honestly, it's not going to be that much different. It's just slight changes in coloration, but we got to match with the rest of our crew. All right. Here we have it. Okay. Let's just go straight to our campaign. I think now that we have the Highlander, we should be pretty good from a drop weight standpoint. 27 days is actually really good from an arrival standpoint. Pretty sure all of the mechs will be done by then. Yeah, they will. Let's just take a real quick look at the barracks in case we're missing out on a really good pilot. Yes, Captain Gan, or Gan, or I guess Gan, is amazing. He's really good. What's his background?
I've trained for this.
Captain Gan was raised in a poor family on a drought world planet. With no means of income at home, he went down the dangerous but potentially lucrative path of being a mercenary. He has spent years upon years fine-tuning his skills as a pilot. His ultimate loyalty is to your wallet, but he will nonetheless approach each job with a workmanlike attitude. Well, that's good to hear. So very high ballistic weapon skill, decent energy weapon skill, decent, well, very good missile skill, potentially. These two are potential. And really good across the board back here. As a matter of fact, 60 is the max. So this guy is one away from the max. So we're hiring this guy, no doubt about it.
My combat skills are
Now with that in tow, I think we get rid of, who was the one we were going to get rid of? Yeah, Nox. Nox is going to get rid of him. So goodbye. So Gan here is amazing. Obviously, we need to get some more experience into him, but he's not that far away from being really where he needs to be. And he is a hell of a lot better than many of our other pilots. I mean, his starting skills are better than the max of every other one of our pilots, except for Sergeant. He's the only other guy that is a fairly high skill level. So, really, really good pickup for us. All right, I'm glad I looked. I didn't actually expect that. All right, let's go ahead and go to our location then. I don't know how far away we are to the end of the game, but I feel like we can't be that far away because we have a fairly heavy lance loadout. I know in theory the max you could have is 400 tons, but we can field probably 355, something like that, at the very least. Maybe more. Okay, we do have a thing here. I'm going to go ahead and read it. There's a potential pilot that we can get out of this, as well as some high-quality PPCs. We represent a small group of anonymous Lyran military leaders, and all of us are fed up with the ineffectual leadership of high-ranking Steiner officers who have been promoted into their roles solely due to networking and social connections. Our superiors recently ordered several disastrous and irresponsible raids that resulted in dozens of unnecessary deaths amongst various Lyran guards detachments. It's time now to act. We are providing you intel on 2 targets we'd like you to take care of. One struts around in his overly equipped battle mech, while the other spends most of his days in his office at the unit's headquarters, making flippant decisions that get good Lyran soldiers killed. This is actually something that's very accurate about House Steiner. But yeah, sure. We'll accept it, but again, I don't know if I'm going to pursue it or not. Because more than likely those are both assassination contracts. Oh no, one's a raid contract. Okay. But in any case, let's go ahead and do the contract that's in front of us. It's a demolition contract, which is technically my least favorite contract type. I think we're more or less good to go, so let's just get to it. Alright. Black Harvest. Difficulty 75. Oh no. This tonnage limit is really low. Like, really low. I might only be able to go in with, like, 3 mechs, maybe? Because I've gotten rid of all my medium mechs, except for 1. Alright, I'll have to see what I can do, but I'm not sure we can swing a full lance here anymore. This actually caught me quite a bit off guard, because the last mission we did that was a campaign mission, we didn't have such a low drop weight. There's also a difficulty 75 with that drop weight. That is kind of ridiculous. I think this is going to be a nightmare mission. Alright, Spears has purchased some black market information on the location of a key salvage operation belonging to Black Inferno. Hit this facility, and you'll likely deal a significant blow to their operations. All goes well, a place like this could also yield some very good equipment. Alright, well, let's start off with some damage coverage. I'm going to go up to, I don't know, 3 or 4 points? We'll go 3 because we plan on having less pilots, I guess. And then we'll just go salvage shares here. So we get up to 16 salvage shares. Alright. I am scared of this mission. So, how are we going to do 250 tons? Well, I could jump down into my grasshopper, which would save us quite a bit. We could go down to mostly heavy mechs and maybe be able to pull off a full lance. Slap in the rifleman somewhere. And then, if I put in the Kintaro, maybe? We're 5 tons away. Jeez. I don't think I have any lighter mechs. We just sold the quick draw. That's as light as I can go. So if we want a full 4 mech lance, that's just not going to happen. So let's go with 3 mechs then. So you're going to have to go bye-bye. Alright, so with 3 mechs, we have a lot more to work with, I guess. Even though I'm still not going to be able to run the Atlas more than likely. So with that, it's either between the Marauder or the Orion for me. Let's hop in the Marauder for now, and then we'll think about it. Then obviously we're going to upgrade our allies. Mechs. Can we swing the Highlander? We can if we don't increase this too much. Alright, in theory this would give us a full lance. Or 3 mechs. We've got the Marauder, we've got the Highlander, and we have the Stalker. I'm a little worried about that lance loadout though, because the Stalker does not have as good armor and may go down easily. And I really don't want the Stalker to go down if I can avoid it. So what would be some alternatives? How much is the Stalker's armor? 464, which is heavier than a Warhammer. Granted, I upgraded its armor quite a lot. It's the same armor value as the Orion, so I guess it's not that bad. We could downgrade to the awesome if we're really worried about it, but we should come in with the best lance that we can, so... The one thing I'm worried about is I'm not sure how effective the Highlander is going to be with its weapons loadout. I don't know. It's untested. So if I downgraded to something else, let's say we ran, I don't know, the Zeus. That would drop us down by 10 tons, which would allow me to go up to 85 tons. I don't have a mech that's at 85. So, nah, this has to be it. This is the best lance loadout I have. So, alright, let's get the best pilots we can put in here. So, we're definitely going to be using the new captain we just got. I don't know which mech he's going to go in just yet. But all things considered, he's got very good ballistic weapon skill, so I think putting him in the Highlander makes actually a lot of sense, technically. And then our next best pilot is probably Captain Sergeant. Or Captain or Lieutenant, I'm sorry, Freeman. Now, Freeman would do better in the Stalker. Yeah, I think we have to run Freeman here. As much as Captain Sergeant, in theory, would be a better pilot eventually, Freeman is the better pilot now. So, as a result, we want the best pilots we can do, so Freeman's going to be in the Stalker.